Johnny Landry. And the procedure I had done was I had 2 tears in my spinal cord. And I came in, I went to another doctor. Well, it happened through another surgery. The other doctor was using a burring bit to grind away the spinal spurs. And he cut my spine in 2 separate places. I didn't know it. Well, 3 days after I left the hospital, I started having real bad headaches. And I couldn't, my vision was blurry, my hearing was muffled. And I went back to the hospital. They told me they may have torn my spinal cord. And the doctor said, well, we can put a blood patch on it. And, well, they put me in the hospital for 3 more days and decided not to put one. And I went back to the hospital again. I'm not going to name the hospital because the doctor is not associated with this hospital. And the doctor told me, he said, well, I have a friend. He said he can fix you up. He said, since these doctors don't want to do it, he said, I have a friend, I know him. All he did was give me a name, and I followed up from there. At first, I was slightly afraid to come to the doctor. You know, men being manly and stuff. But after dealing with Dr. Francis, I wouldn't want anyone else to work on my back but him. He was great, he was awesome. And he checked on me. Unlike the other doctor, doctor did my surgery, I never seen him after that. Never heard from him. It's about a month.
It's a month. The first surgery he had was the day before Thanksgiving, and he didn't have this, went back to the emergency room 4 times trying to see his other original back surgeon. Never did see him again, ever. And they said we wouldn't be able to see him again until January, and they were only going to put us with the PA. And then the 4th emergency room visit, the neurosurgeons came in and told him that he was going to have to just lay on his back for 2 to 3 months for that spinal cord to heal. But there was another doctor that came in, not a neurosurgeon, and he's the one who said, hey, I have a friend that had a back surgery by this other doctor, and he's had great success. And so I called, we looked him up, and I called, that was on a Thursday night. On the next day, on a Friday, I called, and the girl said, well, Dr. Francis sees people on Tuesdays at the Houston office, but once a month on a Saturday. And she said it happens to be the next day, and y'all had an opening at 7:30 the next morning. So we drove all the way from Brazoria up here at 7:30 the next morning, and Dr. Francis came in here. He was laying down in so much pain, and Dr. Francis came in. He did things, had him stand up, move around, do all these things that I never even saw any of the other neurosurgeons do, and came away and said, yeah, you've got this, this, and this, and this is what needs to be done. And he said, you know, we had originally said we were coming in and get a second opinion on his plan of care, and he said, well, he would write up the report that he needed to have another surgery to have that cord repaired, and he said he would write up the report for us to take back to the other doctors, and we both said at the same time, we're not going back to the other doctors.
Back to every doctor. I would have anyone else. Like I said, when he came in, he was very professional. Treated me like he's been knowing me forever, man. That's the kind of doctor I like. Very kind.
And then within, when Dr. Francis did his surgery on the Wednesday before Christmas, he was in the hospital Wednesday, Thursday, got out Friday. He was using a walker, of course, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He used it Saturday. By Saturday, his headache was gone. By Sunday, he gave the walker back to my mom, said he didn't need it anymore. So on Christmas Eve, 5 days later, he didn't even need the walker. Yeah.
Headache's gone. I can hear perfectly. My vision was back corrected. It was great.
We've seen Dr. Francis's braces.
Yes.
Yeah, he's changed his life, mine too.
Yes. Don't be afraid to get it checked out, because you need your back more than you know. You know, you use your back more than you know. If you need to get your back checked out, get it checked out. Because don't ever be scared to get it checked out. it's a must. You've got to use your back. Because I figured out before my surgery, I used my back more than I thought I did.
Wow.
Coughing, sneezing, bending over, grabbing my puppy, grabbing my grandchildren. So my advice to them is, man, if you're hurting, give Dr. Francis a look. You know, he will take care of you.
Yeah.
He took care of us. And I'm not saying that just because he helped me. I'm saying that because the man's a real professional.
Yeah.
There's someone that can be appreciated. He'll treat you like family right off the top. He told me he gonna fix me. I gave him a big old hug. I stood up a while ago and hugged him when he came in the room. Yes. That man has helped. The ladies even said they see me walking different. I walk in here strutting. I still got a little limp, but I strut.